Character traits, I don't know.
She's been on phenomenal form all year.
It's her boy, she's brought her dog. I'm not sure if we can show you the dog.
Oh gosh, I think it was 30.
He is the most incredible horse.
Yes, what do you mean? That's why you're here. That was that. Wow. Good job.
Hello and a very warm welcome to Luhmühlen Lates for this, the second episode of Luhmühlen Lates. It's been Cross-Country Day, and what an action-packed day we have had. We started very early this morning with the 5-star, but the 4-star was very, very exciting indeed. That was the second class of the day, and it is an amazing result. It is the same as it was yesterday. Overnight leader Julia Krajewski added just 2.4 time penalties to her dressage score. She goes into the show jumping in first place tomorrow. Second is Emma Brazel. She rose up the leaderboard, as too did Andrew Cooper, 7th after dressage, now 3rd for Australia with Shah Valley Thunder. In the 5-star, it was all change. Laura Collett, who led after dressage, had a brilliant round, 5 seconds inside the optimum time with London 52. And Ros Cantor, well, she had a missed flag, 15 penalties. That was later taken away, thank goodness. So she lies in second with New Zealander Sam Lissington and Rika Ridge Sooty GNZ in third place. I'm joined by Laura Collett. Laura, that was an outstanding round cross country. Dan and you looked, I think, the best. You get better and better and better.
Oh, it's an absolute privilege to ride a horse like him. He comes here and, as you say, he just seems to be like fine wine, gets better and better with age. He's 16 now, and he just is phenomenal.
We're seeing you come to the corner now, just before the main arena. I mean, that is one fence that just sharpens horse and rider up before this massive question, and it caused a lot of trouble.
Yeah, to be honest, you can't really see that. There's a bit of a blind corner there, but it is, as you said, it's a good wake-up call. This seemed to be the bogey fence, as we say. I had a cracking round on Hester in the morning, and she made it feel easy, and then I watched about an hour's worth of carnage and thought, God, I don't know what to do. And then I remembered, just ride it like I rode Hester, and remember you're sat on Dan, and he's just amazing.
And he's grown. I mean, he's 16 now, but my goodness me, he just looked like he'd walked the course.
Yeah, that's what he feels like now. He's so smooth, and he's just so on it. He's expecting the next fence, and it's like you say, it's almost like he knows where it is and what the question is. So I'm very lucky and sat on a horse that seems to just know exactly what he's doing, and I just have to aim him vaguely in the right direction.
And were you worried at any point around the course, because there was an anxious moment? We're watching you come down the step now at the Porsche combination, straight as a die.
Yeah, again, he almost got there too easy. That for me, I thought that was going to be quite a tough question. I was worried that they might jump quite far out over the bank, but he's got so professional now. He doesn't overjump things, and he expects me to turn to an angle. And then for me here
at the Luhmühlen water,
he used to be funny at water, and I couldn't fault him at any of the waters. He was copybook through all of them. So as I said, he's just a dream to ride.
And then watching you come to the Irish bank.
Yeah, I thought, God, he's 16 years old. He's never seen an Irish bank before, but you wouldn't know it watching him there. He popped off, and I have to say, huge credit to the team that built that new Irish bank, because the footing, I was like, is the footing going to stand?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a totally new bank, and they built it so well that the horses read it, understood it, and the footing was great, because sometimes you worry that if the footing moves a little bit on top, that they lose a bit of confidence to jump off. But that didn't happen, and they all seemed to clock the skinny from the top of the bank. So
and especially through the day, I suppose you're worried about deterioration of the ground on the top, the way the horses jump up there and a little bit spooky coming off. But I mean, he looked like a pro.
Yeah, it's total pro. Nothing seems to faze him now. He just seems to smile and say, sit back and
relax.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. I love that. Well, look, tomorrow's another day. We know that. But having won here before, you won here in 2023, and he was amazing then, and Lucinda and I were commentating on your round and said, look, he gets better and better every year. Coming off the back of 2 Olympic Games, 2 team gold medals, your individual bronze from Paris, he's the horse of a lifetime.
He absolutely is. There's no two ways about it. I'll never ever sit on another horse like him. I think I've said for the last 4, probably 5 years now, he owes me absolutely nothing, and yeah, he keeps on delivering. What will be tomorrow, and I genuinely mean that. He owes me nothing, and as long as he comes home in one piece, that's all that I really care about.
And are you slightly concerned we've got 3 riders and horses within one fence? I mean, it's going to be really tight.
Yeah, not only that, but you've got 2 riders behind me that are within a fence that sat on very, very good jumpers. So, yeah, it's going to be a huge amount of pressure. They always build such a big track here, and off the back of, pretty tough, and it was very intense cross country today. That it took a lot for the horses' brains to be switched on for 11 minutes, and even just the twisting and turning takes a lot out of them. There's nowhere for them to just take a breath and gallop and relax a little bit. So, hopefully they all have a nice rest tonight and come out fighting fit, and may the best man win. And
do you think going early, I mean, it gives them a little bit of extra time, doesn't it, going into tomorrow's show jumping? It doesn't seem much, but it is those few hours. They're really crucial.
Yeah, definitely. We were saying we were in the perfect position, dressage in the afternoon, and get the jumping out the way early, with the heat and everything. I was very glad to start early and be done by lunchtime and enjoy half a day before it all gets chaotic again tomorrow. Chaotic tomorrow.
Well, Laura, thank you very, very much indeed. The very best of luck for tomorrow's show jumping. Sleep well, enjoy, celebrate well. What an amazing day Laura Collett had with her 2 horses in Hester and with London 52. London 52, who went cross-country and clear inside the time, as I said. Only one of 4 horses to do that. It was very, very special to watch. Well, very special to watch it was, because another round that was very special to watch was Sam Lissington. Now, Sam, you have just got back from an event in France. You were a little bit greedy there. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you could say that. We're in a proper purple patch at the moment. The week before we were actually second at Bicton, 4-star short as well. And we had 4 horses on the podium there, so yeah, and there was a bit of pressure to keep the form up.
Well, you did, and you were just 1 second over the time with Rickeridge Sooty GNZ. It was a fabulous round. Not the biggest, tiny little horse.
Tiny. He always looks a bit bigger in the dressage because he's got a bit more presence, and then I go cross country and
then you realise,
and everyone's like, oh, he's tiny. Then you see him in the stable and he's even smaller.
I was told that rumour actually by one of the riders. Well, let's have a look at your cross country round, because it looks so stylish, it looks so good. Coming down to the Longines water, the first of the 3 waters. Talk us through it.
Well, Roz, because I trained with Roz, she told me to stay brave down the hill to that first fence, and then I kept coming, and then I just figured that I was going to stay out for 1 more stride round the turn, but I knew that we needed to set the pace and set the rhythm, which is why I kept on kicking for 3, and I thought he was fantastic there.
And it comes early on, Sam.
Yeah.
I mean, it's at fence 4 and 5.
Yeah. And so you've not had much chance to sort of test your buttons at that point. All you've had is your warm up. This is a sneaky little fence, the corner we're looking at.
Yeah.
And he's roped it off differently so that we couldn't take a wide line, but in a way that sets you up for this main arena fence.
Well, that's what I was just saying to Laura. It gives you a good indication of, are the horses listening to you on the button, thinking about where they're going. And I mean, you came through the main arena steaming.
Yeah, he was really good. I mean, a little bit like Laura was saying, the early horses rode really well, and then I watched another hour, and it all fell apart. And
do you wish you hadn't?
Well, yes and no. I'd like to think that I can watch all of that and regroup and take the information I want and leave what I don't want. And I actually did decide to change my plan in this instance, and I went the 2 strides. He is only wee, obviously. He does have a good length of stride, and I'm sure that probably I could have done the 1 as well as the 2, but I'd actually seen a few people do the 2 and it come off
nicely. And I think you've got to ride what you're sat on, because sometimes you can do what others are doing and it go wrong. And I remember very much Ginny Elliott saying at badminton one year, everyone had gone through the lake on 3 and she walked 4,
Yeah.
but she went to go on the 3 and then tripped up a step and fell.
Yeah.
And that is that sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we also said, because the time was so tight and we knew it was tight, is that with speed comes mistakes.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it was an area that you really had to, well, I felt like I had to ride on the seat of my pants a bit.
Yeah.
You know, come in with a plan, but actually you're a cross-country rider and you have to make a decision in the moment.
Yeah. And it worked for you in there.
Yeah.
It was very, I mean, it was beautifully ridden. Lucinda commented on it and said how beautifully ridden it was, that you didn't get in there and panic, because a
Yeah.
lot of riders did go for the one stride and it just didn't work.
Yeah. And I guess
And
that-
I know we're going on about one fence, but it was a bogey fence,
It
wasn't
was,
it?
it was. And I guess that comes with knowing him so well.
Yeah.
You know, it's nearly a decade that I've been riding him, and I've brought him over from New Zealand. So, yeah.
Now, the show jumping tomorrow, he is How big is he?
I mean, we say 16 hands, but that's very much a stretch.
15.3.
Yeah.
15.3. But look, he is tiny.
Yeah.
The show jumps are pretty big
They
on
are
the
big,
final
yeah.
day. He's a good jumper, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he is a good jumper. He always tries his heart out. You'll hear him grunt as he jumps, putting in so much
That's the effort, yeah.
Yeah, so I know that he's going to hopefully come out on his A game, so I've just got to bring my A game and hope that I'll be chatting to you tomorrow. But
Yeah.
what will be, and I'm just so thrilled with our performance and with him. So
Now, do you think there's not one fence between the top
No, I know, that's pretty cool,
3
isn't it?
riders?
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be nerve-wracking,
Yeah.
isn't it? How are your nerves?
Right now, fine.
Okay, good.
Fine.
Okay, good.
And I guess tomorrow is just about sticking to your process and putting yourself in
Knowing
the best
your
possible
plan
position.
and-
yeah.
yeah.
So I'll try and focus on today, and tomorrow.
Brilliant. Love it. Well, you heard it all here first. Sam Lissington, who goes into the show jumping tomorrow in 3rd place. As I said, not one fence separating those top 3 riders. It is going to be a nail-biting finale. During Luhmühlen Lakes, we always do a ride of the day. Now, the ride of the day, Lucinda and I could not decide. We were all over the place. We couldn't get there, so we invited a very special guest to do it for us, and that was Andrew Nicholson. And Andrew Nicholson's ride of the day was Cosby Green.
Wow, that is a huge honor.
And
That's what we got
we've got a
That's very
bottle of champagne
Oh
for
my
you.
gosh, even better. Oh my gosh.
Now listen,
Thank
your
you.
rounds were
Wow.
pretty special, and just talk us through them.
Yeah, my horses were incredible today. I definitely wasn't expecting this at the end of the day. What a treat. But no, my horses, they're such good partners for
Yeah,
me.
we're
and-
just watching you come
They-
now to the main arena.
Oh yes, flying.
But Andrew, honestly, he thought that it was just so good to watch, so brilliant to watch, and I mean, this was a tough question. We were just talking to Sam and to Laura that this was a real bogey fence, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Look at that.
definitely. He was super. So I did my first one, and I wanted to reassess my line for the second one. So I went out there with Janelle and got a good plan together, and I thought we executed it pretty well.
Well, the next fence that we see you at is the Maryland Hunt Cup rails. These 2 very upright rails.
Yeah, he was super there. I know I walked it in 4 originally, and I did 3 on my
You
other
went on
one,
the
and,
inside.
Yeah, and he was cruising. He was with me and straight and going, and so yeah, I tried to make easy work of it.
And then we see you next coming to the Irish Bank.
Yeah, he was perfect through there as well. He's amazing. He's
It's
such a
not
good
something
boy,
that you
but-
meet very often on the cross country, is it?
No, we had done one at Mill Street a couple of years ago, so that gave me some confidence, and he acted so professional over it.
Well, the next fence we see you coming to now, a very big question, but it is these 2 oxers. Now, very easy to make a mistake there.
Super easy. He has got a massive stride, and he wants to get the job done, and he's keen. So I really made sure to balance and take care of Mrs. Snare, and he responded.
And 2 very good rides. I mean, he looks super cross country. We totally agree with Andrew Nicholson. The ride of the day for 2025 for Cross Country Day goes to Cosby Green from the
So
USA.
kind. Wow, that was amazing. Thank you.
Enjoy the champagne.
Thank
Well, tomorrow it's all about the finale, the show jumping finale, and we are live on HNC Plus for the final horse inspection, and that is around 7:45 in the morning, nice and early for a lot of our viewers. And then we start the 5-star. The 5-star show jumping, well, that will start around 9. We think 9:50, but do check the official website for the times, because they are subject to change. We don't know. It depends on what happens overnight. We can give you as much information as we can. And then the 4-star, including the German National Championship, that starts at 1 o'clock, and we will be live with you for all of that action, so make sure you join us. From myself, the whole team, from Sam, from Laura, from Cosby, and everybody here at Luhmühlen Lates, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for round 3. Goodbye.
Character traits, I don't know. But
Been on phenomenal form all year.